Okay, so welcome students. I am Dr. Vipin B. Gawande and welcome to this online lecture for the systems in mechanical engineering. So in today's lecture, we will discuss about the engine cooling systems. Now we know that in cylinder we have the four stroke, that is the suction, then the suction, compression, the power and the exhaust. Okay, so we have seen these things. So the first stroke is the suction, second one is the compression, then we have the power and the exhaust. Okay, so in power stroke the fuel plus air mixture it get burned, and there is a generation of huge heat. So that's why the temperature of the cylinder increases. So our aim is to cool the cylinder, and for this purpose we supply the cold water from this we supply the cold water to this cylinder, and this cold water it passes over this cylinder. We call that as a water jacket, and in this case this cylinder is at high temperature, and because of that the cylinder reject heat to the cold water. When this cold water it receive the heat from the cylinder, so that water get heated. That hot water, then it this is the hot water then. Okay, so that hot water then it comes into the container. Okay, so in this container the cold water is there, and when that hot water it comes in contact with the cold water, so it rejects heat to the cold water. At the same time it also rejects heat to the air, which is taken inside through this fan. Okay, so the maximum heat is rejected to the air, and because of the rejection of the heat, the hot water it is converted into the cold water. So this system is called as what? The radiator, and it is mounted in front of the vehicle. Okay, on the front side of the engine. So this is called the radiator. Okay, so this system uses the water, so that's why it is called as the water cooling system. Okay, so this is our the cooling system used for cooling the engine. Okay, so so this is called as the engine cooling system. Okay, now let us take the next one. So this is the same thing. The this one is the radiator. So inside view of the radiator, this is the engine. So this is our cold water. Okay, so the cold water it goes from the radiator. When it enters into the engine, so it absorbs the heat from the engine. That cold water then it is converted into the hot water. The hot water then it goes, or it passes through the tubes from the radiator, where the fan it absorb the, or it takes the air from the surrounding, and the hot water it rejects its heat to the that air. Okay, so because of the rejection of the heat to the air, the hot water it is converted into the cold water. Okay, sorry, and that cold water then again it enters into the engine. Okay, so this is called the cooling system which is used in the engine. So that's why this is our engine cooling system. Then there are two types of the fuel injection system. One is called as the multi-point fuel injection system, and or it is called as the MPFI. This is used in the SI engine, while the another system it is called as the common rail direct injection system, and this is used in CI engine, or it is a diesel engine. Now, what is the difference between these two systems? So in MPFI system, there is the tank, the fuel tank, which is called the petrol tank. Where here, this is called the diesel tank in case of the CI engine. Okay, and the petrol is filled here. Then the petrol goes from the strainer, which is the one filter. The petrol it is taken into the fuel rail by means of the fuel pump. Okay, then it passes through the two filter. One is in the petrol tank, and another after the fuel pump. Okay, so because of the pump, the petrol it enters into the, or it is stored in the fuel rail at certain pressure. Then in this case you have to remember the fuel pump and fuel filter this and strainer, this systems is also common in also. So we have the diesel fuel tank, we have strainer, we have fuel pump and the fuel filter. Also the fuel rail is also the same thing. Now there's a difference between these the position of this fuel injector. So in case of this petrol engine or SI engine, the fuel injector it is mounted outside the cylinder. So the position of this fuel injector it is outside the cylinder. Fuel injector it is mounted on the cylinder. Okay, it is on the engine, it is outside the cylinder. Okay, So in case of the petrol engine, the air, so this is the air is coming. So air plus this petrol, this enters into the cylinder during the suction stroke. While in case of the CI engine, we have seen that during the suction stroke only air enters, and during the compression stroke, the fuel injector, it supply the diesel, or that is fuel, to the air, and there is a combustion of this fuel. Okay, so in case of the SI engine, there is entry of the petrol plus air during the suction stroke, and the fuel injector, it is mounted outside. While in case of the CI engine, only air enters during the suction stroke, and during compression stroke, the fuel injector, it supplies the diesel to the compressed air, and there is a combustion. Okay, so this is the only difference between the two systems. Okay, you have to remember the names of the injection system. In SI engine or petrol engine, it is called as multi-point fuel injection system, while in case of the CI engine, it is called as the common rail direct injection system, or CRDI system. Okay, then this is the animation for that, to the common rail system, direct injection system, that is used in the CI engine, or the diesel engine. Okay, then let us take the next topic, that is the clutch. We know that we have the engine develops power in four strokes, that is the suction, compression, power, and the exhaust. So the power during the power stroke, the engine develops the power. Now we have to, that power, it comes in the form of the rotation. Okay, rotation of the crankshaft. So this rotation we have to transfer to our wheels, and then this is transferred first to the gearbox. Why we are using the gearbox? Because the rotations on the crankshaft here produced by the engine, this is uniform. So suppose engine is developing 100 rpm, and we have to convert that into 200 rpm. So for converting or for multiplying the rpm of the engine, we are using what? The gearbox. In between this engine and the gearbox, we have the one device, that is called the clutch. So when this is engaged with the engine, so the power get transmitted from the engine to the gearbox, and when this get disengaged, so the power from the engine, it get disengaged, or we are not supplying any power to the gearbox. Okay, so this clutch is used for engaging or disengaging this gearbox with the engine. Okay, and it is mounted between what? Engine and the gearbox. Okay, so this is the single plate the clutch. So this already we have seen the clutch, it is used for transmitting the power from this driving shaft of the engine. Okay, so this is the driving shaft. We have certain RPMs here, and we have to transfer that RPM to the driven shaft. Okay, now how we will transfer this one? So there is the on the driving shaft, we have the flywheel. Okay, so the same rotations of the driving shaft, it comes on the flywheel, and then from flywheel we have to transfer that to the driven shaft. Now the in between this the flywheel and the driven shaft, we have the clutch. This is the clutch. Okay, so what are the different components of the clutch? So the clutch is having the clutch plate, which is having the friction lining. Then we have the pressure plate. Now when we press the clutch, so when we press the clutch, the pressure get released. Okay, so when we press the clutch, the pressure get released, and because of the release of the pressure because of the pressure plate, this clutch plate get de-attached from this flywheel. Okay, so this get removed from this the contact between the clutch plate and flywheel get removed, and the clutch plate gets separated from the flywheel. So when we press the clutch, now when we remove the clutch, so the pressure plate, it apply the pressure. Okay, the pressure, that is the pressure is applied because of the expansion of the spring, and because of the expansion of the spring, the pressure get applied on the pressure plate. The pressure plate apply the pressure on the clutch plate, and this clutch plate get connected with the friction lining of the flywheel. Now when this clutch plate, it comes in contact with the flywheel, so the rotations from this driving shaft, which is on the flywheel, then it comes in it comes on this clutch plate, and through this clutch plate, then it comes on the driven shaft. Okay, so this is possible when we release the clutch plate, the clutch. Okay, when you press the clutch, so the pressure get released and the clutch plate get detached from this flywheel, and when we release the clutch, so then the spring it apply the pressure on the pressure plate, and the pressure plate it apply the pressure on the clutch plate. Okay, so this is the working of your clutch plate. Okay, so remaining topic we will see in the next lecture. Thank you very much.